Russo Italiano sponsors Boxing Bros UK.
Right. Hello, everybody. This is Boxing Bros UK. I am here's the boss, Chris. This is my co-host, Andrew the Boxing Brain. Topic of today: Ben Shalom, Ben Whittaker, Liam Cameron, all in a fucking beef again about this fight. So.
You say that with such tiresome. Oh God!
I'm just sick of it, man. Why can't we just fight? They're supposed to be fighters. You've signed a contract. Let's fight. Oh, I want it to be 10 rounds. Oh, I want 6-ounce gloves. I want 8-ounce gloves. I want 10-ounce gloves. Whatever. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Ben Whittaker will be asking for a huge ring next. Wait for that to be in the contract as well.
So here we go. We're going to watch a TalkSport interview with Liam Cameron, Simon Jordan. He's starting to grow on me, Simon Jordan. I still think he's a bit of a tosser and doesn't know anything about boxing. But some of his views, because he doesn't know about boxing, are quite black and white and quite right. But I do think that he does arse-slick people he's got affinity with. Like he loves Ben Shalom, so he doesn't really criticise him as strongly as he does the other promoters.
Fuck knows why.
Yeah, no, because they're actually friends.
Words, you know, to get me to run in and walk onto a shop, but it was so tired. So like, it happened so fast. Couldn't believe it. To be fair, but like, I was still in fight mode after the fight.
What about on the night? I think on that particular occasion we didn't see much of the showboating that Ben Whittaker is renowned for. Was that because you were giving him problems?
Because he respects me, don't he? He won't admit it, but he really respects me as a fighter, and which he should do, to be fair. There's no telling the truth with Ben Whittaker. It's all like made up, like little mind games, but I don't fall for it. I'm too old, too wise for it.
So what about this time around? What we're going to see from you and from him, do you think?
It's going to be a good fight. To be fair, there's a mess about what contracts, what no one's letting me speak about, so I'm going to try.
Here it goes.
We've signed for a 12-round fight, and they're trying to push it for a 10-round. They're doing everything they can, and I'm not budging. I'm having a 12-round fight, and this is what I tried to do it on. Gloves are off. They won't let me speak about it, and on Sky Sports, they didn't air my interview. This is the problem we're having, is that I've signed a 12-round contract fight. When I was signing contract, I thought, it couldn't barely get through 5 rounds. This was weird. So like a couple of weeks went by, and like they tried to send another contract for a 10-rounder. So that shows me the confidence levels. I'm ready for 15 rounds.
So you want 12 rounds, and Ben Shalom and Whittaker want 10. Is that right?
Well, it's
why shouldn't it be a 12-rounder?
There's been a mistake there where now they've thought they've sent me a 10-round contract on my knowing, and really it's a 12-rounder. So when I was signing it, I thought 12-round, that suits us. That they must be mad. So we signed it, sent it back, and they're like,
oh dear,
do a 10-round.
I love it.
Have they signed it? Have they signed it, Liam?
Yeah. I tried speaking about it, and it's like, it's mad boxing. They only put out what they want you.
Who's representing you? Is it Queensbury, Liam?
Queensbury.
Right. So what's Frank saying about it then?
He's just saying that we're not budging, no matter what.
Well, if they've signed a contract and you signed a contract, you don't have to budge, do you? It's a 12-round fight. He's a Sky fighter. You want to be on Sky as well because it suits you as well. I wanted to ask you, Liam, has it been a battle to get him to fight you again? Because
so I just want to pause it there. Like, that's the thing, yeah. Simon Jordan made an excellent point there. What are you budging on? If they've signed a contract to fight you for 12 rounds, and
simple, isn't it?
And they've signed it, you don't. There's no there's no budging. There's no nothing, because That's what you've signed, and it has to take place. And if they don't, then
Yeah.
they're in trouble.
My theory, Chris, and this is just a theory, is that they've obviously they've put in a 12 rounder. Since then, they've probably had discussions like, oh, actually, I think it's more Ben Whittaker's team have thought maybe they're not as confident in him as maybe they originally were, and they thought, well, actually.
He ain't ready
I think he's not ready for a 12 rounder. Let's see if we can sort of shoehorn in a 10 rounder and wait for it, people. They're going to try and make the ring bigger. They're basically Ben Whittaker's team wants to try and give Ben Whittaker as many advantages as possible. That's what I think. And I think Liam Cameron is an honest to God, truthful. He's one of them sort of classic northern, honest to God men. I really like him, so I am biased. So sorry, Ben, but I think he's no bullshit, Liam Cameron, and I think Ben Whittaker and his team are trying to make it as advantageous as possible. Chris, that's my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously playing silly beggars, but Simon Jordan's right. He doesn't have to budge. I'll tell you what I can see happening. You heard it here first. If they can't get Frank Warren and Thingy to budge and make it 10 rounds,
injury.
Ben Whittaker's going to have injury. He's going to pull out. He's going to have a Coley. He's going to have a pull out. Yeah, and then he's going to have to. So then the fight gets scrapped because you can pay a doctor. Here, he's $1,000. Write me a fake sick note. You don't think that shit goes on in boxing? Do me a favor.
Yeah.
So especially when you got people like Dr. Usman around as well.
Oh God, yeah.
You don't think there's no doctors out there taking money to write sick notes that can't be proved, like illnesses and things. So, and then they'll reschedule it, and it'll be a 10 rounder.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to
don't make that mistake.
We'll watch the rest of the interview, and then I'm going to comment on the back of something you said, because I think if Whittaker does get pulled out, I'll give a point. But we'll watch the rest of it, and then I'll talk about it.
There was I know you think he swallowed it. A lot of people think he did as well. I know he was sitting in a press conference with you, giving it the big and eating his food and being a bit disrespectful and dismissive of you. But have you had to drag him into this fight? Because a lot of people there was no noise coming from Ben, no response. And the first time we've heard him was back in conversation with you when the fight's been announced. Have you dragged him back into this fight?
Well, we've done some kind of stunts, calling him out, putting videos together, and the fans have really backed me, and everyone's backed me. And I think it's one of them fights. He's got to fight me to move forward. Yeah. Did I think 100%? No. We're actually going to fight someone else on 10th of May. Oh. But then the contracts came, the 12-round contract.
Callum Simpson.
Were you surprised? I mean, obviously, you would have a view of Whittaker before you fought him. And obviously, a lot of noise was being made about Ben. I like Ben. I think he's a very talented fighter. I think you probably think he's a talented fighter. Were you surprised that what he brought into that fight, was he nowhere near what you thought he was, or did you just make him look what he looked?
Good question.
You know what it is? It's hard to do the rounds when you've not done them. You can spar and spar and spar, and you can feel great on fight night under lights with that big attention. Let's be right, I was there to get battered that night.
Yeah.
I've had 5-year out, but we know how good I am, and the mental mindset now what I've got is unbreakable. With the thing what's happened to me in past, it's all made me stronger, and this is what people don't realise, that I might be 50% the fighter, but it's way more mentally for me.
Does he hit hard, Liam? People questioning how hard he hits, and has he got the power to go and win belts at this level, because everyone's forecasting for Ben to be a very significant champion. You've been in there with him. Does he hit hard?
I never thought, that hurt me or anything like that. I don't really want to talk confidence, because it's not good. But when I were in there, it weren't hard at all.
Big claim.
What worked for you on the night specifically then, Liam? I mean, until the moment happened when both of you fell over the ropes, and that was that, and Whittaker was injured and unable to go on. up until then, what had been working for you? Because I was watching it thinking, oh, hello, get interesting.
So I was just turning it screw bit by bit every round, putting it a bit more. So I weren't really out of second gear. Nothing were really, I weren't really banging them in yet, because when I boxed Lyndon Arthur, I started early from second round, swinging at everywhere, putting everything in, and that's what we were going to do towards end. And for what I were giving him, it were hurting him. I could hear him when I were punching him. He weren't reacting well to shots. He were falling all low. He were hitting me low. It was holding, and it couldn't have gone any better.
Okay, so now you go again. What we're going to see on the night, you're going to win this.
I'm going to do my best, and my best is going to... If I do my best on the night, that is everything to me.
Liam, thank you very much for joining us. Liam Cameron, this Monday lunchtime, former Commonwealth...
Always gives a good interview, does Liam Cameron. I'd love to interview him. I can't wait. He's probably a bit sick of it because he's been fussed in the limelight. But I guess my... No, that's what I was going to say, wasn't I, before you come back in? The problem is if they, like you said, if they pull a snidey one and somehow sort of pull Ben Whittaker out of this, and I'm kind of going along with the G-Man video you sent me earlier, but I really agree with him on this. I think if they pull him out in any way, even if it's with a view to have a rematch, it will harm his reputation even more. I think if they did that, it would be career suicide. I think he's got to, if it's 12 rounds, he needs to get in there and he needs to show his quality. He needs to show management. He needs to navigate those 12 rounds. Fuck me, Jesus Christ. Yeah. I'm sick of these Instagram, TikTok generation of fighters. And what you got here is Liam Cameron, who's an old school, you know, he's just a fighting man. He's been through a lot. He's had a hard life. And then you got Ben Whittaker. He's been sort of ponced up a bit. He's been sort of put on a pedestal. You know, we hear stories from Dominic Ingle that we reported, doesn't fancy the sparring. To me, it all paints a picture of someone with a soft underbelly. I'm just saying it as I see it. I don't want to do 12 rounds. Oh, fucking get in there and fight. I've had enough of this. It's pissing me off. Get in there and fight. Fuck's sake. What's the matter with him?
I know. Like, come on. Like, me personally, I would not have sent the 12-round contract in the first place.
Well,
so and at the levels of business that they're doing, I can't see them sending a 12-round fight instead of 10, like Liam Cameron says, by mistake. I think it's more likely that they've decided now, actually, they only want a 10-round fight instead of 12 last minute, or they've decided, actually, they want to do 10 rounds, and they're really trying their hardest. We'll pay you more money. We'll do this. They're really trying their hardest to get out of it. Yeah.
Frank Warren's too shrewd for that. He's too shrewd. He knows his man in a 12-rounder, right? Because Liam Cameron, you know and I know, and the viewers might not know watching, Liam Cameron has an extensive amateur pedigree. And he was regarded, wasn't he? I think he was a middleweight. He moved.
Britain's best amateur.
He sort of moved up middleweight, right up to light heavyweight. But he was at the time regarded as, you know, a potential real problem in the pro ranks. He's a very, very experienced, wily fighter with a lot of resilience. Sure. And they know, his team and Frank Warren will know, 12 rounds suits Liam Cameron far more. With, like you commented, made a really good point in the post-fight review. Nervous, anxious energy, bit David Price-like.
Yeah. Just pixelated under the.
Will he do it again? Will he do that again in the rematch, Chris? It's possible, isn't it? Possible.
Yeah. You just don't know.
No.
Right. Well,
any more to add?
That's it from us.
No. Yeah, I think.
No. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I hope it happens, and I just hope that we're not right and he pulls out, and it will. I totally agree. It is a complete career suicide if he pulls out for whatever reason. No one's going to believe him. It's just going to be duck, duck, duck. That's it.
I think my closing comments is that from their team, from Sky Sports and Boxer and Ben Shalom's point of view, it screams of desperation to me and a lack of confidence. And I think all this is going to do is give Liam Cameron more confidence going into this fight. I don't know what they're doing, but this ain't the approach leading up to a fight.
No, definitely.
But yeah.
We're trying to get 10 rounds, and they're trying to gag him as well, because they can't sue him for saying that.
Yeah.
But they're just like, no, we're not going to show it on Sky. We're not going to show it on here. We're not going to show it on there. He's really like Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren. They never really got caught for their snidey little slippery moves. But Ben Shalom, he's always getting caught because he does it too obvious. He's got a lot to learn in the game.
He's not terribly well liked, Ben Shalom. I mean, I remember I saw an interview with Carl Frampton just to sort of add another little bit. I think it was Carl Frampton, and Carl Frampton was asked, who in boxing do you dislike the most, or something like that? And without hesitation, he straight away said, Ben Shalom, I really don't like him. What does that tell you? It's not a great sign. And a fair few people are saying this now. You know, the purse beards, the way he pulls fighters out, you know, the way he's sort of he's a bit evasive in interviews and a bit slippery and a bit this and a bit that. It's not a good.
Don't tell the truth.
Yeah, he's slippery. Didn't want us to interview him at the presser. He avoided us, like the plague. Sent the security to take us out. Yeah, we know what you're. Security chucked us out. Yeah. Fucking.
Have you got a green wristband? My ass. Oh, what kind of what? Right. This is how petty. I'll just get this out loud because he's not going to interview us. This is how petty Ben Shalom is. Yeah. You have to have a wristband. If you haven't got a green wristband, you're not allowed to interview him.
I'll tell you what, Chris, mate, he don't want any of the smoke we'll bring him. No way. He don't want it. He don't want it.
Like, this is how his interviews are. Like, you don't have a wristband, you're not allowed to interview him. That's how evasive he is, as you said earlier, about questions and stuff, because he doesn't want to answer the hard questions. Like, he's been also like Frank Warren. Frank Warren's like, oh, fuck off. What do you want? I'm playing a good show.
Yeah.
Move on. Just be real, be yourself. But don't try and act, because he tries to act like it's not me, and play the victim, but he won't explain why. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I've learned, you know, we're having a bit of fun with it, but put it this way, I very much doubt he subscribes to our channel, put it that way.
Yeah. And I very much doubt we're going to get him to come to the press conferences. But fuck it.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'd love to talk to him. We'd love to talk to him. And we'd be respectful-ish.
Yeah, well, we will, obviously. We're only having a Josh.
Like and sub, share the video, leave a comment, all that stuff, all that YouTube stuff.
All that good stuff.